Hi, this is Dave from GadgetHelpline.com, and today we're looking at Sony Xperia Z, the company's latest flagship Android handset. It's got a 5-inch full HD display, which is the star of the show with this phone. Inside it's got 16GB of storage, a micro SD card slot and micro SIM card slot, a powerful 1.5 GHz quad-core processor with 2GB of RAM, a 13 megapixel rear camera and a 2.2 megapixel camera up front just here. So what we're going to do is take a look at the phone and its intriguing design once we take off the glamorous stand. So as I mentioned there, we've got the 5-inch full HD screen on the front there, which is covered with scratch proof and tough glass. It's the centerpiece of the phone and the screen goes almost to the edges there, so the phone isn't really as big as you think. It's very slim, sub 8mm in thickness there. You've got the speaker there, your volume keys, and you've got an odd placement on the power button, which to start with we weren't too fond of, but it seems to work. As you're holding the phone like this, you can sort of use your thumb and it works quite well. And over on this side of the handset we've got two magnetic connections for a dock, and you've got micro SD and micro USB slots, which are hidden underneath very tough rubber flaps, which helps the phone be waterproof, but more on that later. And on the bottom there, nothing, just a lanyard gap there to put a strap on the phone, and a headphone socket up top, which again is underneath a waterproof flap. So the design is nice, and across on the back there we've got a glass panel with the 13 megapixel camera up front. It's smooth and sleek, but it's not curved in pretty much any way, so it's not the most comfortable handset to hold we've found. So if we bring that round here, what we can do is start to take a look at that beautiful 5-inch full HD display. So as we've said, the centerpiece of the Xperia Z is its 5-inch full HD display, which sports a crisp resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels. This is the latest trend for smartphones these days, and out of the ones we've seen, including the HTC One, we have to say that the Xperia screen is probably the best we've seen. It's the brightest, it's the most colourful and vivid, and it's very, very sharp as well. And what this makes it, it's perfect for watching movies, playing games and browsing the web. The text is really pin sharp when browsing the web, and also when reading books and things like that as well. And Sony have loaded up a couple of videos on here which we can take a look at just to show off that full HD display here. So as you can see, very sharp. It's the same resolution you get on a HD television when watching Blu-ray movies or playing a game. Turn that down a little bit there. She's a little bit loud. As you can see, it's stunning quality there on the display. And it's the same when browsing the web, playing games, various other aspects, but video is probably the best way to show off this incredible display. Being a flagship smartphone in 2013, the handset runs Google's Jelly Bean operating system, although it's 4.1 and not the very latest version 4.2. Nevertheless, it's very speedy and snappy thanks to that quad-core processor and 2GB of RAM inside. You'll notice that you can flick through menus, multitask through your apps very quickly, very easily. Everything loads up nice and quickly. It's skinned with Sony's own interface, and it comes with a ton of applications and various services. So you've got the famous Sony Walkman for your music player, you've got Sony Select, they include McAfee Internet Security if you wish to use it, and you've also got PS Mobile, which means you can download retro PlayStation games and some of the top of the range games and applications for the device. Because it's a Sony device, it's certified PlayStation, and you can play those games on there. You've also got Play Memories, music and video unlimited services, so you can subscribe, download videos and movies. So there's everything really you need on the handset and more, so you get a lot more than you would do with just a stock Android handset or even with some other companies, which is quite nice, although some may feel that there's a lot to get used to. One of the cool features that we've liked is Sony's mini apps. So if you hit the multitasking option here, you've got your your open apps here, which you can swipe off the screen and flick between, but at the bottom here you've got a mini apps bar, and you can download more of these and add them to the handset. So what you can do, for instance, we've got a note one here. It just brings up a quick note, and you can type in, or try and type in a quick note, and you can save it, or you can then go into the full application. Probably my favourite one that I've been using is one I've downloaded from the Play Store. It's not an official Sony one, but it quickly brings up a mirror, so it uses the front-facing camera there, and it's a quick way to perhaps check your hair's alright or whatever, but obviously that's not the sort of thing that I do. Another area of Sony's expertise lies in the camera on the back, where you've got a 13.1 megapixel Exmor-R sensor, and that image sensor means that the camera is going to perform extremely well in low light, and you've also got the high megapixel count, which is going to give you crisp and sharp high-res images that are going to look gorgeous on this screen. The quad-core processor also comes into play, giving the Xperia Z one of the fastest burst modes that we've seen on a smartphone, so it's going to do 10 shots at 9 megapixels in a single second. What we're going to do is take a look at that here now. Just take it off our glamorous stand. So we've got the camera application here, and at the top we have a host of modes. So this really is packed out with some of the best camera features. So we've got a range of different scene selections which are going to improve your images depending on how you're shooting, whether it's fireworks at night or in the snow. And we've also got your video camera, which is going to shoot you full HD 1080p video, and you can also snap high-res images, still images at the same time, which is quite neat. You can record full HD video with that front-facing camera as well, which is something that not many smartphones can do, and that's another nice feature. But we're going to look at the burst mode here. Okay, so we've got this in high burst mode, and what we're going to do is hold our finger down on the shutter, and we'll see that number fly up there in the top right. So we just hold that down there, you can see how quickly it's taking burst images. It's taken 29, I think. 29 images. I don't know why you'd want 29 images of a camera, but still, it's incredibly impressive. It's one of those features that's really good as well if you're taking snaps of something moving, so perhaps car racing or a football match, something like that. You're guaranteed with a burst mode to be able to pick out a decent shot, so you don't have to keep trying. It's a really useful feature, especially for moving images and things like that. So yeah, again, the camera on the handset is extremely impressive. We've tested it in a range of different conditions. The HD video quality is stunning, and shooting in low light at dusk, especially in these wintry nights, is impressive. It's not grainy, and it's not hard to make out your subject, so it's an impressive camera. So that's our review of the new Sony Xperia Z, an impressive smartphone with a stunning display, super fast processor, the latest software, and an impressive camera. We're not too chuffed about the design, as it's rather square, and the handset being large makes it difficult to hold. However, it is a waterproof smartphone, and it's also dustproof and very tough and durable. And if you want to see how waterproof the smartphone is, subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can see us dunking the phone underwater and testing it out fully. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks.